Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 1997 John Deere 310E backhoe that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions, I'll get up close to everything, I'll show you everything that I see, tell you everything that I know, then of course we'll fire it up, run it through its paces, show you what play it has up in the front pins and the rear pins, let you hear the engine, kind of run it through its paces, show you the functions, show you the brakes work good. As always, if you are in the market for a used backhoe, a used piece of construction equipment, or a used piece of ag equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our videos and find our machines, and we truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one's a 1997 Deere 310E cab with heat. It is four-wheel drive, standard hoe. It has the case controls, rear mechanical coupler, 2,280 hours, and the hour meter does work. Four-wheel drive works good. I'll get up close to everything here, show you everything that I see, and like I said, in a little bit we'll fire it up. We'll show you there's a little bit of play in these front pins. I wouldn't call them sloppy, but there's definitely some play in them, and you'll see here that the paint is decent. There's chips and scratches and stuff, but it's decent here. Nothing out of the ordinary for a 97 model backhoe. Pretty straight here on this front arm. Looking at the front tire on this side, I'm gonna say we are at least 50% tread. I think I'm being very fair. It's probably just a little better than that even. Little bit of weather checking starting there. Not bad, but there's a little bit in there. Same thing on the sidewall, just real little bit of weather checking. Stepping back, looking at the rim on this side. As you can see there, it's got some scuffs and scratches and paint chipped off and a little bit of a ding right there on the edge. Another one right there. Holding air though, we've not had to add any air to this tire. Looking up close, I don't know how well you guys can see there. Looks like that cylinder might be just a little bit wet right there. It's not dripping down, but I do think it's a little wet right there. Sheet metal down here is pretty darn good. Matches up pretty well to everything else. Color's the same. It's got a little bit of a fade. Again, it is a 97 model, and there's chips and scratches and stuff. A little scratch there and chips in the paint. Fender on this, these are the plastic fenders. Just some scuffs and scratches, nothing out of the ordinary there. Up underneath, pretty darn clean. I don't think this machine's been in salt or fertilizer or anything like that. Just typical surface rust here and there where paint's chipped off, but it's not rusted out in the fenders or underneath the side of the cab here. As you can see there, pretty good. Just typical surface rust and rust where paint's chipped off. Rear tire on this side, as you can see here, tread life is getting pretty low on this one here. I mean, I'm gonna say we're 5%. Maybe even a little, I mean, there's some tread there, but not much. Some weather checking going on here, as you can see there. Then stepping back at looking at this rear rim. Again, scuffs and scratches around the edges, chips painted, the paint is chipped off in some spots. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Everything looks good on that outrigger. That cylinder looks pretty dry. Everything down here, as you can see, quite a bit of grease, so they did grease it, which is a good thing. Those cylinders look dry to me. I don't see anything on the backhoe that looks like it's been patched or welded. Just your typical scratches and scuffs, and it's a used backhoe. But nothing that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated. Like I said, rear mechanical coupler. Looks like probably a 12-inch bucket there. We'll show you these pins here a little later. There's a little bit of play in them. Nothing awful, but just a little play. That cylinder looks dry. Again, sorry the sun the way it is, it's kind of hard. I got to get perfect angle here. Just your typical scratches and scuffs. I don't see any cracks or welds anywhere. Everything looks pretty good down here. Good look at that cylinder. Again, that one looks pretty dry. Outrigger looks good on this side. Rear tire on this side is actually a little better than the other side. I'm going to say this one's probably 10% tread life or so. Definitely you can tell there's more tread depth there. Maybe just a touch over 10%. A little bit of weather checking here as well, just like on the other rear tire. As you can see, there's some splits. Looking at the rear rim on this side, matches up really well to the other side. Just your typical scuffs and scratches. Paint chipped off here and there, nothing out of the ordinary there. Up underneath the fenders on this side, again, just a little bit of surface rust here and there. Nothing that's rusted through. And again, the plastic fender on this side, just your typical scratches here and there. Scuffs in that plastic fender. A little bit of rust through down here. The battery box, they always get dirt and water, and then they just start rusting out down here. But other than that, that's about the only spot I've noticed anywhere. Weather stripping's kind of getting hard down here on this side, as you can see, hard and cracked. Looking at the front tire on this side, matches up pretty well to the other side. Definitely tread life left there. Little bit of weather checking here. Nothing awful. Definitely life left in that tire. And then the front rim on this side matches up pretty well to the other side. Just some scuffs and scratches. Really no big dings in the outer edge of the rim. Everything looks pretty good there. Looking at the loader arm on this side. Again, a little bit of fade to the paint, but nothing out of the ordinary. I don't see anything that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated anywhere on this loader arm. Just your typical chips in the paint and scuffs and scratches. Taking a good look at that cylinder. Again, that one looks just a little bit wet. I don't see any dripping off the bottom, but it does have a little moisture to it there. I don't know how well you guys can see it. That cylinder looks good there. That cylinder looks pretty good and dry. Take a look at the front of the bucket. As you can see, there's some cement splatter in the bucket, but it's fairly straight. That cutting edge is good. Lots of life left in that cutting edge. Maybe just a little bit of a bow right there and right there in the middle. Other than that, pretty good. Does have the weld-on hooks for forks. That front grill, as you can see, is kind of dented in a little bit there. Radiators inside there though, and the coolers all look good. I don't know how well you guys can see them, but the fins look pretty good in the radiators and stuff. We'll go up top here and look down in the engine the best we can, and we'll open that side shield over here. It's kind of hard for me to get in too far with this camera setup, but just dusty and dirty, but dry. I don't know how well you guys can see in there, but I don't see any oil or diesel running down the side. Go over here and open this little side shield. There, you can see in there pretty good. There's no side shield on the other side, so I can't really get in to show you the other side, but it looks pretty well same as this one. That got to unbolt the shield on that side. So go take a look at the cab. All the glass seems good. I don't see any cracks or spider webbing in any of the glass anywhere. Some of that weather stripping's a little hard. You can see it's kind of separating a little bit, just kind of getting old. But all the glass is good. I'm not seeing anything that's busted. And even up here where you step in, nothing's rusted through up here. Same thing right there. Everything's pretty good. That step's dented in a little bit there. Floor mat's good. A little dirty for me climbing in and out of it. Just running it around and Ross jumping in it to do the operational video. But other than that, no big huge tears on this portion. A little bit of a tear back there, right there. Seat cushions, bottom seat cushion. Couple small little spots where it's starting to get thin right there. A little bit of a hole right there. Armrests are both there. Backrest, I don't see any cuts or tears in that. Does have the case controls, 3 levers, 2 pedals for your side to side. Outriggers. Motor controls, everything down here. 2280. Hour meter does work. Forward, reverse, gears here, brakes, throttle pedal, everything looks good there. There's where you can see that weather stripping has gotten hard and peeled off. You can see right down there. Everything else looks good. I'll step back and show you the headliner the best I can. Down here, when these were new, there was foam and like a vinyl kind of cover. You can see here it's flaked off there. Pretty common for these. And looking up at the headrest, it's definitely dirty. Cranks up and runs good. All right, like I said, this one's a 1997 310E. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you. I'll get that little closure over the engine shut. We'll fire it up and get right into an operational video.